Every motherfucker online is trying to teach you how to make $18 billion a week, fly private and rent lambos. Fuck that energy. But instead of doing that, I'm going to teach you, as someone who's actually done it, how I would make a sale a day if I opened a brand new health and fitness business tomorrow. I have a business called Geronimo Academy, and we've helped over 1,500 Pilates owners, gym owners, functional, pole dancing, yoga, martial arts, you name it. When we worked out their current numbers right now, that's not how you spell it, current numbers right now, let's say they were at 150 members, which is pretty typical when people come to us. And we asked them what their dream member number was. A lot of people talked about their 300 members, right? And the good thing there is 300 members equals $1 million business, which is why our program is called the $1 Million Studio Program. But when we asked them where they were right now and where they want to be, it generally created a 150 member gap. So when we divided that by the amount of time that they wanted to achieve that by, it generally worked out to be a sale a day. Now, I reckon you would agree with me, because I used to have some studios, and pretty much most problems will go away if you make a sale a day. I want you to think about that. This isn't just about making sales in your business. This is about building $1 million business that fuels your dream life, and a life that you don't need to escape from. That's what I'm all about, because a few years ago I had a heart attack building a business I fucking hated. So I don't want that for you. Instead, let me show you how any person with a health and fitness business can make a sale a day in your business. I'm going to show you the 3 levers to pull to make a sale a day in your business, but there's 2 things that I want us to agree on. The first thing is, you don't need a $100 million business to live a fucking happy life. Trust me, okay? You don't need to kill yourself to do this. If you just have an elegant business that makes $1 million every single year, spits out 30% net profit, and is under management, you tell me, is there much more that you want out of life than that type of freedom? So let me break you out of this jail. Every year we produce $1 million studios, and these are the first 3 things that we do with them. So the first 3 things that we do, the first thing is we fix their offer. We've got to move away from running free trials or cheap trials. When you run free trials, you actually lose money. Let me show you some simple maths on this. Let's just say you are running paid ads and you're getting $20 CPLs, okay? $20 cost per leads. And let's just say you convert 30% of those leads to come into your studio, 30% conversion rate. So that basically means it's cost you, okay, you need 3 of those leads because you're 30% conversion rate. So you need 3 of $20 leads to get someone to come into your studio. So what we would call your CAC, your cost to acquire a customer, equals, let's just say, $60 to get into your studio. So let's pretend that I walk up to you in the street and say, hey, if you give me $60, I'll give you a free trial. It doesn't really make sense, right? You probably wouldn't take that deal. But that's what you're doing every single time that you're running a free trial. Every single time you get someone down the studio on a free trial, you're high-fiving each other. But if you're using paid media to do that, you are losing $60 every single time that happens. And the other thing too, if you're selling access type memberships like 5 for $25, etc., these like access type memberships, what we're seeing in all the data that we're pulling right now through the Academy is that these don't really work anymore to bring your ideal members through, because people want solutions, not just access, right? And fast, right, results beats free every time. So instead of running a free trial or a cheap trial, we get them to run what we call a profitable hero offer. And that profitable hero offer is generally a time-based offer that solves a unique problem for that specific avatar, which is basically, if you think of your top 50 members, your ideal members that you would fucking dream of having, 50 more of those, who are those people? What's common amongst those people? And what problems have they got? Now, if you were to wrap up a bit of an offer that solved their problems within 30 days or less, that's your new offer, okay? So we switch just access and free trial shit out for an actual hero offer that solves problems. Now, the way that we price that is in such a way that if we're landing clients for $60, we would price this offer for more than $60. Therefore, it's profitable. So in our program, people are selling this for $199. They sell it for $249. They sell it for $299. Typically, people turn up their prices 3 times within the first 6 weeks that they run this, because they've realized that they're making more money. So that's the first thing. We help them fix their offer. The second thing is we help them fix their ads to unblock lead flow. If you're not getting lead flow, without even looking at your ads, I can basically tell that these are the mistakes that you're making. They're too generic. You are writing to everyone in the hope that you're going to get more people. That's not how it works. The counter, the opposite of that actually works. When you get more specific, your ads work better. So instead of talking to everyone in the market, talk to a specific avatar. The second thing is your creatives are too generic as well, or they're too polished. They're not conveying your mission, what you're about, and why, and like the type of people that you're looking for. And you're probably not even calling out your local area as well. Location-based marketing in these types of businesses, it's so important to call out your suburb. And the third thing is, it's just set up wrong. It's just set up wrong in the back end. I know it might seem like a bit of a black box in the Facebook Ads Manager, but we've taught people how to do this all the time. Like average studio owners turn up to us without never seeing the Ads Manager, and we show them how to do this. It's really simple. And once you've learnt it, you can basically sack your agencies and just do this for the rest of your life and just save the money. Okay. So we help them unblock their lead flow. Typically, we want people to be getting about 20 leads a week. Okay. So just to recap, if you're getting 20 leads a week and they're making you, look at the difference between $199 and $60. It's about $140 profit. So if you're getting 20 leads a week and if you make a sale, you're making $140 profit, this is starting to sound pretty fucking good, okay? Now, how do we make sure that we're making a sale a day? Well, 20 leads a week, we need to get your sales process from shit to hitting 40% conversion rates. 40% on 20 is about the sale a day. It's maths. It's maths, okay? So how we fix the sales process is, first thing is we need to get you to call the leads within 5 minutes. When you call your fresh leads within 5 minutes, you are 100 times more likely to get a successful pickup. If you call that lead within 1 minute, like while they're still on your website, that 100 times goes up to 300 times. So quite literally, like there is nothing more important in your business when a lead comes through than calling that freaking lead. And when you call that lead, you've got to make sure that you follow the script. Now, there's a link underneath this video where you can download the script. I'm going to give that to you, okay? That script has made more sales for a studio membership, Pilates, yoga, gym, whatever type, than any other script I know, okay? So you've got to follow the script. Now, if you're not getting people to pick up the phone, you've got to make sure that you're calling enough times. Typically, what we say is you want to call 3 times a day for the first 3 days at 3 different times of the day. Now, typically the 3 different times are, there's sort of an 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. There's the after work block, which is from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And there's around 11 to 1 p.m. lunch block. So you've got to make sure that if you didn't get them within the first 5 minutes, you're calling them within these hot block times to make sure that you're getting the pickup. And when you get the pickup, you follow the script and you make the sale. Make the sale. And I'll tell you the best thing to do after you've made a sale is go back and make another one. I'll give you a bonus tip. This is my favorite tip. This is all my clients' favorite tip, is if you didn't get through to that lead, do what we call the double tap. So this is the bonus tip called the double tap. And that is, if they didn't pick up, just ring straight back. You're welcome. The amount of times people actually pick up on that second one is through the roof. So this is where it works out, okay? Let me get my calculator out. 40% of 20 leads is eight sales. So that's how you make a sale a day. And what I will say is it's a profitable sale a day. so that you can build $1 million dream business and life that you don't need to escape from. So I know you're thinking that sounds like a lot. Okay, this is the order that we help our business owners in the academy move up the hierarchy so they don't get stuck doing this for the rest of their life, because that's not a dream business. So the first thing is you nail it, right? So you do it first, you prove it to make sure that you know how to do that and you've always got the skills, okay? Because you can't, expect to hold someone else accountable in your business to hitting these things if you've never done that in the first place. So firstly, you nail it. And then the second step is you hire. You get the money, you take the money that you've made over here, right? And you spend it over here to hire people to buy back your time. This way, you don't get bogged down in it. So firstly, you hit the 40%, and then you go and hire someone and you coach them to hit the 40%. And the way you do that is you make sure that you are really clear with the teaching that you do with them. We move into what we call transformational leadership. So you don't have to go back down there again. So you want to make sure that you give them ownership of the KPI, right? You actually make it really clear what their KPIs are, which is the 40%. And then the third thing is, if they're underneath that KPI, then you coach them up to hit the KPI every single week, okay? So then that is always happening. Now, you do that for your sales, but you can also offload your ads management to someone else in the team. To be honest, VAs can do this these days. And then the third step is you actually have a manager, which is like the ultimate here. This is the dream business territory. Dream business territory is that you've got $1 million dream business that is under management, okay? So that this thing spits out 30% net profits every single month. You're getting paid properly, they're getting paid properly, and this thing's running like a well-oiled freedom machine. That's the whole fucking point, okay? So you get your manager to do that part, right? And you've further removed yourself from the business or from the management of the business. You're not the manager, you are the owner. Owner with a smiley face in between here, okay? So, and then basically at this level here, you're looking at the data on a weekly scorecard, which if you want me to do a video on that, add in the comments below, do a video about the scorecard, which I can show you. I just want to make sure that you'd be interested in that. So here it's like you're making sure that when you're looking at your metrics at the end of the week, you can tell whether they're either on track, off track, or fucking red light, okay? We don't want reds. So that is how you scale yourself out of doing it all, but it does start with you. Now, I know this might sound like a lot, but this is just the first step. Every single dream business starts with sales, because sales is the lifeblood of your organization. Sales is, like freedom coins, and you use those freedom coins to buy you more freedom with people, systems, playbooks, etc. So this is the start of your journey on how you build $1 million dream business and life you don't need to escape from. So you can come hang out with us.